Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's episode, the goal is to share with you some deeper wisdom about Cancer Summer Solstice and give you a new perspective about this summer solstice and try to share more about the real meaning and the spiritual meaning and some ancient knowledge that is coming from some Greek knowledge and some Egyptian culture. By the way, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe. That will help me a lot to put more content that will help you navigate every week life and business. Saying that, it's really difficult to understand something in astrology if we don't understand also the meaning of what is happening in the cosmos, also from an astronomical, from astronomy point of view. So in this video, really the goal is to bring you the knowledge of the summer solstice from different perspectives. First of all, the first perspective is let's check the meaning of the word solstice, which is really fascinating. Solstice, by the way, is a word that is coming from Latin, and from the Latin is sol, which means the sun, and you can see here on the left, and sistere, which means standing still. So what it is, a solstice? A solstice is, especially the summer solstice, is the longest day of the year in the northern hemisphere. So where we have is the day where we have more light during our day, while the winter solstice is the shortest day of the year. Okay, you might immediately raise a hand and say, "Hey, Cinzia, but okay, summer solstice is the longest day of the year if you are in the northern hemisphere." So you might raise your hand and will say, you can ask me, "Okay, what about if I'm living in the southern hemisphere?" This is still applicable. Why? Because as I always explain, astrology is like a tarot deck, meaning it's like a symbolic language that is rooted still in mathematics, in statistics, in astronomy. Like today we are explaining a bit of astronomy, and in the observation of nature and sky. But the most important point is that it's a symbolic language. So even if you are living in the southern hemisphere, this is still applicable to you. It's like the same concept for if you are in Aries. If you are in Aries, you are still Aries, even if you are living in Argentina, for example. Even if you are, you might say, "Okay, but my sun is in Aries, but I am living in Argentina, so I should be Libra." Actually, this is not correct, because we are following the zodiac discipline. And so from a zodiac point of view, the person is still Aries, is not Libra. I have met a lot of people all around the world that have typical Aries characteristics, even if they are living in different part of the planet. Of course, the energy when you're moving to another part of the planet might be different, but this is another topic. This is another topic where we might dig, if you wish, just let me know, to dig more in the astrocartography topic. But let's go back to the summer solstice. So the summer solstice theme is applicable to everyone, literally, that are living in this planet. And usually, if we consider modern astrology, a lot of people are saying, okay, the summer solstice is in Cancer. Why? Because the 20th of June, the sun enter in Cancer. So it's a Cancer summer solstice. And usually modern astrology are always saying that it's all about Cancer, it's all about family oriented, it's all about being emotional, it's all about a lot of sensitivity, and it's also a very mother energy. I give you an example. People that have, for example, Cancer ascendant are people that they like really to stay at home, to meditate. They can really understand that they are really high sensitive people that can really understand what other people need. So there is this high sensitivity connected to the sign of Cancer. But what I'm wanted to share today is not about something about modern astrology, but it's a deeper concept about ancient astrology. So, according to ancient astrology, Cancer is ruled by the moon, and the moon is just a reflecting light showing us the spiritual world. So what does it mean? That during the summer solstice we have the peak of activity of the sun, because the light is ascending, and then after the summer solstice, the light is starting descending. So we have the symbolic representation of the resurrection, and the symbolic representation of the light that is reaching its peak, the light, the spirit, and the soul that is reaching its peak and is later on going into matter. So it's a lot of ancient astrologer consider always this Cancer summer solstice as a lot of birth, as a sort of rebirth, I would say, because I see life like a Tao discipline. So we are always living in a cycle. So if we try to live our life according to our birth chart, according to our energy, and following also the moon cycle, we are able really to live better and according to nature, and our soul, which is really connected to our nature, to nature, can improve what we are doing here in this life. Saying that, this peak of energy from an energetic point of view, according to ancient astrology, we have the summer solstice represent the light that is reaching its peak and is coming back to matter. So on a symbolic point of view, represent the soul that is incarnating to a new body, so to a new life. But it can also represent some knowledge that is coming from heaven that is reaching our planet. So a lot of astrologers, ancient astrologers especially, are saying that during Cancer season, and especially around 20 of June, we have a lot of psychic sensitivity coming alive. Also because Cancer is a water sign, and all water sign, so meaning Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer, are really psychic person. So the sensitivity is really high during this period. Another fascinating point of view coming from ancient astrology is that the sign of crab associated to Cancer represent also the birth of the cosmos. And this is representing also in an ancient document, is like a famous ancient teaching chart called the Thema Mundi, THEMA MUNDI. And in this ancient teaching chart, the rising of the world is literally Cancer. So according to ancient astrology, this period, Cancer represents literally the birth of the cosmos. Another fascinating point is if we go back to Egyptian culture. So if we go back to Egyptian culture, we see that Cancer was not represented by a crab, but was represented by how to say in English, by the scarab beetle, and this scarab beetle is really an important symbol in the Egyptian culture, also because it's really fascinating. What I discover in my research and talking with a lot of ancient astrology is that in Egyptian, scarab beetle, literally in Egyptian, you say this word like keferer. I hope I share it correctly. And it's coming from the word kefri. And in Egyptian, for the Egyptian culture, kefri was representing the sun. And it was the symbol of resurrection. So here we have another spiritual meaning of the summer solstice as a period of resurrection of our soul, of our mission here on this planet, which is, I found it really fascinating. Also because the scarab beetle, if you think about what is doing the scarab beetle, is pushing a ball of recycled material, which can be poop and other recycled material. And if you notice in Discovery Channel, maybe episode, if you notice, they are always looking at the stars in order to get the correct direction to push this ball of dung that will serve to build their home. And at the same time, it's fascinating to understand like everything in life is working in a cycle. And like the scarab beetle that is using this ball of recycled material to build the house, it's really important to understand like the recycled material, and also can be the soil for the plant or the poop for the human. Kakos in Greek. Kakos is the poop in Greek, in ancient Greek, and caca is in Italian. This soil, this recycled material, it's really what I call it the fertilizer of the soul in order to grow. And so this is another aspect of the summer solstice. But just to summarize, summer solstice represent a resurrection, a transformation in order to start a new cycle of birth. Saying that, what is happening? Another point, another spiritual meaning for this summer solstice is connected, I said, to the moon. So the moon, it's all about remembering. The moon, it's all about remembering our ancestors. The moon, it's all about remembering our land, remembering our family, remembering who we are. The Cancer is connected, as I said, is ruled by the moon and is connected to the third house in astrology. And the third house is really a lot connected with the profession of writers, poet, musician. And it's really fascinating to really understand and see how poet, musician, singers, they need to be connected to the moon in order to download a lot of information, inspiration for their activity. And so another important point here is connected to the moon, and the moon can have a double effect on man's life. You can feel from one side separated from the world, or you can feel connected to the source. Because, as I said before, during the summer solstice, we have the light that reaches its peak and is moving back to matter. So we have a lot of connection to source during this period. And so the moon is teaching us the importance to live the cycles in life, like the moon is doing, that she's living in cycle, she's having cycles, moon cycles. Also, it's important for human being to live according to the moon cycle, but also to that life it's all a cycle. We have an up period, we have a down period. So we have birth, we have resurrection, we have death, we have transformation, we have creation. Okay? And it's also fascinating, last point, to notice that Cancer in ancient astrology represent birth, resurrection, and the opposite is Capricorn, that represent death, which is the main symbol for winter solstice. Seeing that, what is happening in the sky then on 20th of June? The 20th of June, as I said, we will be more psychic, because there will be a lot of psychic sensitivity coming alive. And at the same time, the sun entering Cancer, so we will feel the need to feel secure, to feel protected in our life. But at the same time, there is something that's really fascinating in the sky, because the moon is in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is this energy is giving us a lot of positivity, a lot of positivity and a lot of optimism vibes in life, and so it's helping us to live with optimism. But at the same time, Sagittarius is also linked a lot with travel, so it might be a period while that we might get invited to travel more. Sagittarius is connected to long distance travel. So we might maybe plan during this period like some long distance travel, or if you cannot travel on a long distance, you can do it with the mind, with the higher mind, because Sagittarius is connected to the planet Jupiter, and the archetype of Jupiter is connected with the higher mind. So meaning going beyond a specific pattern, or be involved in a lot of philosophical discussion, for example, that goes beyond your current discussion of day-to-day. Another fascinating point is related to this moon, that is connected to, in this case, mundane astrology. So what is happening around the world is the fact that the moon in Sagittarius is important because it's conjunct the USA ascendant for the USA birth chart. So as I said a lot of time in my videos, you can do a birth chart reading of everything, about your business, about your life, but also about a country. This is the topic about mundane astrology. And the birth chart for US, it's 4 July 1776. And the USA, for a lot of mundane astrologer, is a Cancer country, because the sun is in Cancer. 4th of July is in Cancer. So it's a period, the one that you are going to during the summer solstice, that it will be really important for America. Also because towards the end of June, beginning of July, we have the transit of Jupiter that is conjunct Uranus in the US chart in the 3rd house, which is connected to communication and media. So we might expect all the time that Uranus is conjunct another planet. I always explain that you should expect the unexpected. So it might happen, most probably, during the summer, some shocking event connecting to US and connecting to especially communication and media. So this is another point that might happen during this period. Overall, for your business and for your life, it's a moment to celebrate. It's a moment for resurrection. It's a moment to a wonderful rebirth. So I trust this video was useful and gave you some different perspective coming from ancient wisdom and coming from astronomy, and also from what's going to happen maybe in the next upcoming months in US. If you find this video useful, please comment and please share it with everyone that might need a new perspective about the summer solstice. Thank you very much and see you in the next episode. Ciao.